Where's my darn yarn?
Hi everyone and welcome to episode number 36 of the Dyepod. My name is Petra.
And my name is Robert.
And we come to you from Eksjö in Sweden, where we run our yarn dyeing business, Fru Valborg. And you can find us on Instagram at Fru Valborg, and www.fruvalborg.se is our web shop. Welcome!
Excellent. Yes, welcome. It's been 3 to 4 weeks, I think. So I think we are pretty good on the intervals. Would you agree?
Think? Oh, I think you made that up. I thought it was much longer, but I don't know. Anyway.
Around a month.
We don't have to talk about that every
time,
maybe.
Let's give it around a month.
Yeah.
Then it's summer, you know, so we are a little brain dead. Petra, what do you have to say?
Yes, actually we are in the middle of our vacation. Robert has 2 weeks more to go, and I have 1 week more to go. I also had 1 week before this, so we are really in the vacation mood at the moment.
Which is great.
Yeah. So, but we took a little time here to record anyway. So today we just wanted to talk, what's happened, everything I'm knitting on, and of course a couple of other stuff as well in the end of the episode.
Yeah. So why don't we start with what you have been knitting on, because during these weeks of vacation you have definitely been knitting.
Yes, I have.
And last time you showed a lot of things that you were that you were working on actually. Mm-hmm. So I guess what's the status of those, and have you started anything new?
I have started new things. I have almost some whips that I haven't finished, obviously, maybe, that I didn't even show last time, and I have some other foes as well, so I have a lot to show today, I think.
Then let's get started.
Yes.
Where do you want to start?
We can start with what I'm wearing. I don't know if I had started this last time we recorded.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know either, but anyway, so this is a cardigan without buttons and things. It's just an open cardigan that I casted on just a few weeks ago. It is the Ochre cardigan by Amba O'Brien, I think. It's a really nice cardigan. This is really something that I needed in my wardrobe because I use a lot of cardigans, open cardigans, along with a tank top or something like that. But I mainly buy them, so I thought it was time maybe to knit something that I really wear. So I cast it on this. I think it's designed in a little heavier yarn weight than I used. So I didn't keep exactly to the pattern, because I had to, when I cast it on a few sizes larger, just because I knew I had a thinner yarn. And then I just kept on knitting the Raglan increases until I tried it on and saw that it was enough under the arm. And then I was...
Because you have pretty strong arms.
Let's
be honest.
Arms.
I mean, you would not want to meet Petra in a fist fight. Trust me. She's really packing.
Yes, I have a heavy work.
Yeah.
So that's why. Anyway, so I cannot say what size it is though. So, but I just kept on knitting until I felt that it was fine under here, and then I adjusted the stitch count until I had a size around where I was, so to say, just because I wanted this lace pattern here to work, of course. I don't know if that's...
It sounds like you started to knit this and then you didn't really follow any of the size recommendations, you just freebased.
Yes, because I was way out of gauge, and I knew that from the start. I think it might be designed in a sport weight or something.
It still ended up nicely.
It still ended up nicely, and it was not. It's not that it was anything difficult to just do what I did. I just made a much larger size, so to say, but it turned out smaller because I had lighter yarn.
Mm-hmm.
I really love it. It's as I said, ochre cardigan, and I think she has made a few of these patterns with this open cropped cardigans, and I really like it, them to like a tank top and a high-waisted skirt or something like that. So I'm really happy about it. The yarn is a new base. Wow!
You snuck it in?
Yes. It is. I have to show you. I don't know if you can see, but this is a really beautiful base. It's an untreated, non-superwash, no nylon, well, plastic-free base with 50% merino and 50% mulberry silk. So it's, I think it's really luxury yarn, and it's really soft, and it keeps the material really nice, so to say. It's kind of sturdy, even though it's so much silk in it. What? Yes.
What's the difference between conventional silk and mulberry silk?
It's just that all silk come from different. It's just that the mulberry silk come from the mulberry worms, or how do you say? So it's just a name of a silk. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so mulberry is a name of an insect.
You know, silk come from butterflies from the start, but
Which is
it's
an insect.
when they, but when they, it's just the different names of species or something like that.
Didn't know that.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I'm really happy about it, and I have a lot of this yarn at home, so it will be in the shop soon. Yeah.
Any other bases that you are
yes.
sneaking in the back door? So
Yes, there is one more. Okay.
I will shut up now.
We have talked. We talked about this a lot of times. I should stick to a few bases. However, also every time we speak about this, we come to the conclusion that it's not my kind of cup of tea, maybe.
Yeah.
This business is run with the love for materials, I think. Colors and materials.
So when you say we, do you mean the royal we? Meaning you?
What do you mean with we?
You said we come to this conclusion.
Yeah, but you too. You say, well, that's what you do.
Yeah,
you say to me.
I'm just kidding.
I don't think
I know how you tick.
Yes.
I know that if Petra was forced to, let's say, pick out 5 bases and just go with those, logically it would of course be much easier, because then you had less material and all of that, and I think you and I agree on this, but it would not fit your personality.
No.
So therefore, go with your personality.
Yeah. I have a few bases, of course, that I try to stick with, like a sock base and things like that, but other than that, it's I have an urge to to order a new base every time I order my basic bases.
Yeah.
Which of course result in me taking in a few new when I found something that I really love. And this is one of them. I really like this one. It's beautiful for garments and for shawls and whatever. So I hope you will like this as much as I do.
Yeah, it is very nice.
Yeah, I also have another project going on in the same base that I will show you soon. But
And it's quite cool that we're both yellow.
yeah, I didn't think about it, but it's
We are like the manifestation of the sun.
mine is a little more. Mine is kind of blown out when I see your. This is not that blown out in reality, I think.
You have
Maybe.
like a little green in that. It looks like.
At least grey.
At least grey.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Anyway, that was my first FO. And I'm really happy about it.
Yeah. What is next?
Next faux is the Elfriede shawl by Shannon Cook. I think I showed you the last time. It was then a work in progress. It's now done. I just have to block it and weave in some ends for it. But this is a really nice shawl. Now I will cover your face here. This is knitted in my BFL mass and base. And you can see the pattern here. This will, of course, this lace pattern will block out more beautiful when I'm ready with that. But it's, I think it's really nice. So it's a DK weight shawl, and it will be perfect for the winter, I think. It will also grow when I block it, so it will be fine wrapping around my neck. I really like this one.
Yeah.
It's this base is, even though it's really like a wool yarn, it's also an untreated base. It's really soft, I think, compared to maybe the blue-faced Gotland that I have. That is a little more itchy, so to say.
It looks quite fluffy.
It's really fluffy. And I'm really happy about it. So this is just the natural color of the yarn. It's not dyed. And it's a really beautiful basic color to pair with other colors.
Can I try it on?
Yes. Might fit you well. I'm really sweaty.
It's a little bank robber style.
If you wear it like that.
Yeah. So it's very versatile. You can use it to keep warm, or you get it. Very nice and fluffy, actually.
Yeah.
Lighter than I thought it would be.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a heavy yarn in that way. It doesn't feel heavy.
No. It looks
because
heavy.
just it's so airy.
It looks much heavier than what it is. A little bit like me.
Yeah.
But the opposite.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, that's really nice. I'm really happy about that. It will be perfect for winter. And it will fit all the colors on the jackets and things. So that's fine. I also have another finished object, not blocked, not woven in any ends.
This one. This one is nice. This is one of my favorites.
Okay. I think I showed you this the last time as well.
Yeah.
This is a sheep camp sweater by Jennifer Berg. Berg, we would have said in Swedish, but Jennifer Berg, and she's a native knitter on Instagram. This was a really fun sweater to knit. The yoke was really fun and meditative. It's easy to remember every row you knit. So this is knit in my Merlin worsted base, which was the latest new yarn for me. And this will also be, it's kind of cropped, and it will grow a bit in the width when I block it. And I used, of course, this 3/4 sleeve that I really like for it.
Was that according to the pattern or a decision you made?
I don't remember, actually. I think it's a long sleeve, but I don't remember. I don't think about the sleeves so much. I just knit them straight forward, and then I do the increases to get like this balloon. It's not a balloon because it's not that wide, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like this rolled hem neckline above that I really like. I think that's a really nice way to work the neckline.
How do you get it to be rolled? You like
it's
twist?
Just no, it's just that you only knit.
No pearl.
No pearls. So like this would not roll.
No.
When you do a ribbing, but this is just knit stitches.
Okay.
So I think it turned out really nice. And this is like a worsted weight yarn. So I think it was. I think it's designed in a DK, if I'm not wrong. So the yarn I used was a little heavier instead of this one that was. So I just went down one needle size from, I think it was 4.5 to 4 millimeter needle. Just to, I thought that would match the stitch gauge then when I went down to a 4 millimeter needle. So as you see this, even though it's a really heavy yarn, it's 180 meters and 100 grams, you can use it for a 4 millimeter needle as well. And it turned out just great. But this is a worsted weight sweater. This will be used in winter. It's too heavy to use now.
Looks like you're hoping for a cold winter, my dear.
I'm really sweating. Yes.
Yep.
Probably. So, that was that. Really happy about it. I really love this. I can recommend this. You can buy it on Ravelry. The pattern. The yarn you can buy here.
Of course. And speaking of Ravelry, are they kind of, have they, you talked about this a while ago, that Ravelry were kind of in a little bit of a squeeze, so to say, because of some color schemes and stuff. Is
No,
this...
I think it's the same.
Okay,
Still.
they're still there.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So I think
Now I
that
need
was
to choose.
all the... Okay, you
Now,
can choose.
because now you have some works in progress. It's like a little mystery, because there are bags here and I don't know what's in them.
No.
So I'm gonna pick the oilskin bag.
Okay. Well, so here's the other new base.
The third new base.
Okay, but the second after the summer.
The second of
The other one is old.
That's true. So that's an old base.
So I ordered some yarn and I fell in love with one of them, and it was this yarn. I decided to dye up a colorway for me that I would like to have a sweater in, and I choose the very V-neck Raglan, I think it's called, by Jessie May, and I bought it on Ravelry. She makes beautiful designs, simple, beautiful designs, classic, that I think everyone can wear. So I dyed up the colorway
Blush.
Dust.
Almost.
It's really, it's this pinky brown pink.
Yeah.
Something
works.
like that. So this is a Raglan sweater with a deep V-neck. So I think it's very nice to wear outside a tank top or something. And I'm almost done, as you see. It's just a few rows on the second sleeve left. And it looks like this. I actually made this, I don't know what it is. I do all my sleeves like this at the moment. As you see, I made an I-cord ending on this sleeve as well. And I decided to use that for this one. So I just knit the sleeve straight out, and then I decrease almost half of the stitches and do a little I-cord ending on the sleeve. I think that's really nice. And as you can see, I will show you near, so maybe you can see the yarn. This is alpaca, linen and silk base, a really soft and beautiful yarn that has these linen fibers sticking out here and there, and it's really nice.
Yeah.
You have to
Super
say
soft.
something. It looks like this in a skein. It's shiny, beautiful. It's a really nice base, and it's a 2-ply, and it has a little structure to it. I think it's an interesting base. So this will also be available.
It's a little bit like squeezing a marshmallow.
Yeah.
Very nice and soft.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful yarn, and it's a DK weight, even though you could knit it as a sport weight gauge as well. because it has a lot of drape due to the silk and linen, of course, and the alpaca as well, which is a very soft fiber. And me, who is always really, really warm, I really like these like DK bases with that feels a little more airy and things like that. I don't use a lot of really heavy garments.
No.
So I think it will turn out really nice, actually.
It's soon done.
Yeah, it's soon done.
Couple of more Call of Duty evenings and you will be
And
done.
you can see the drape in this. It's really, really nice. I just need a name for it. I haven't decided the name for this base.
What was it made of?
Alpaca, linen and silk. It's a really fun mix of fibers, I think.
Maybe you should ask for some suggestions.
Yeah, if you have any suggestions, please feel free to write them to me. It's like, you know, colorway names and names of the bases, because I have a lot. It starts to feel difficult for me to name everything all the time. It's like you're having like 400 babies and you should have come up with a new name for everyone.
Yeah.
It would be tough.
You know George, what's his name? George Foreman, the boxer. He has many kids, and all of the boys I think are named George.
Okay, that's really nice.
And then he has a couple of daughters, and I think actually, you can Google this, but I think one of the daughters is like Georgina or something like that.
Oh,
So maybe you should just
like
call them Yarn.
Yeah,
All of them.
yarn number 25 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I really recommend her patterns. I also knitted the simple, what is it, cozy classic raglan and a ripple bralette for one of our daughters and things like that. So, and she's a really size-inclusive designer. She has sizes for all body shapes, which is really nice. So,
Okay.
that was that.
That was that. And my next bag will be this one.
Okay, that's not actually a fun bag.
Okay,
We show
then
it
it's
really. We show
this
it.
one.
Okay.
This is a fun bag.
Okay,
Super
that's
fun.
more fun.
Yeah.
So it's getting to the end of the summer, and I really wanted some knitted tank tops this summer.
Yeah.
I started too late, so now I guess they have to be worn next summer.
Why don't you just say you started early? It's
Okay,
for
I
next
started
summer.
early, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much more positive.
I actually started this one time before in another yarn, but that I frowned that actually because I don't know why. I just got out of. I don't know. I ripped it then anyway, but now I casted it on in the new this base.
Okay.
This will be the Luscious 4-ply, I think.
That's a
because
nice name.
Yeah. Anyway, I dyed this up in my colorway Mud. It is, I don't know if you see it. It doesn't focus good today, I think.
Maybe it's like us.
Yeah.
That's vacation.
That's vacation. Anyway, this is a Lydia Tank top. I think it's called Lydia 2.0, like a second version of her first pattern. It is a beautiful pattern with, what did you say?
Made by whom?
By, oh well, I have the pattern here, so it will of course say so. Oh, what's the name? I don't have it. Okay. I don't remember.
We
have
will
two
anyway
brackets.
put, of course, the designer name here.
Yeah, it kind of looks like this. It has a really beautiful lace pattern below that will be really nice when it's blocked. And it has a deep V neck, a V
On the back
neck
side.
shape on the back side, and more of a this one here. Anyway.
I'm happy I don't have this then, because I would definitely put it on the wrong way around.
So you see, it turns out really, really nice. And this is how the yarn looks, if you can see it there. So it's shiny and a little woolly at the same time, and so soft. And I think I'm almost done, because this is a tank top that would go to, you know, the line of a skirt or something. So it will be like this. I think I'm done soon. And we'll start with the divide for the armholes and for back and front. So yeah, this is a really fun. It's a really fun lace pattern. The only thing that I think about this pattern, because I've started it so many times, I think it's like 30 or 35 pages for a tank top.
It's like printing out a book.
Yeah, and you shouldn't say to a designer that puts so many hours for a pattern that's not good, because of course it is. It's really clear. It's all the sizes and everything, which is perfectly fine. But it has made me take a step back many times before I casted it on, because it's a lot to read, and you have to really focus what pages should I read for my size or whatever.
So it's not that the pattern itself is very complicated, it's more that it's a very comprehensive explanation.
Yeah, it feels like a whole book before you, and I have taken away like half of all the pages here. Okay. So anyway, and also this is also designed for sport weight yarn, and I use this fingering, which made me have to choose a larger size, and I have to keep track on how long the different, like the armhole and everything should be when I knit it. I might have to do more rows for the armholes, for example, because I have a thin yarn and things like that. So it's taking some time, even though it's a small garment, so to say. But I really like it. And yeah, it will be perfect, I think, when it's...
Would you say that, because this is a linen, right, a top?
Yes.
So you wear it straight on your skin. Would you say that it's warmer with a knitted top than a top made of cotton, like you have on yourself now?
This is not cotton, I think. It's kind of... Anyway,
but you get the point, like something you buy in the shop.
Yeah, of course, it's a little thicker. The material is a little thicker, and it's also pure wool in this, of course. But it's also silk, and which makes it a little cooler. And yeah, I think it will be fine. Actually, I think it will be fine. But of course, it's a little warmer. But when we talked about that, when it's warm, like 25 or 30 degrees, it almost doesn't matter what you wear, because it's just warm anyway. But
that's true.
I think this will be nice under like this cardigan or whatever. Maybe not this one in yellow, but anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was one of my new cast-ons.
Yeah. And now we have 2 bags left, and since you said one of them was boring...
Yeah, I think we have that one.
3 bags, oh, yes,
we don't
that was the one
Never
I was
mind
thinking
about
about.
that.
Okay, so we filtered out the boring one.
Yeah.
But I want to save the one on our right side here to the last finale.
Okay, yeah.
So, and you will understand why. So, therefore, let's go for the leather bag.
Okay. I don't remember. Okay, that's this
Could
one.
be. It's a surprise.
Yes, this one I have showed you, but I think I didn't come that far last time, or maybe I had. So this is the Nigella sweater by Mary Wallen. I showed it before, and maybe I am at the same point as the last time. I don't remember now, actually. And this is a long cardigan. So, and it has collar work all over the long sweaters and all up to the neckline, and it's supposed to be like just below the butt, I think. So I have a lot of work to do, and I needed the needles for something else, so there are no needles now. This has to wait till autumn again, I think.
Okay.
And now I don't remember what needles I used, actually. When I took them away, I thought I should write a note, and then I just didn't do that and thought I will remember it until I have the paper and pen beside me.
Yeah.
And now I don't remember. So I actually saw someone doing these stitch markers with the needle sizes on, like 3.5, 3.25, and I thought then I really have to buy those.
That's really smart.
Yeah, and now I don't remember who made them. That's if you know who is doing these stitch markers with the needle sizes, please write it down below. It would be, maybe there are more people like me, just ripping out the needles and then don't remember. I will buy them straight away, I promise, if you write it. So, anyway.
Okay. And now we come to something special.
Yeah.
I think this project is going to define generations to come.
Yes.
It's like a piece of art. Mm-hmm. It's like nothing you've ever seen before.
Yes.
And you are really progressing well. Mm-hmm. One of the most complicated knits I have ever seen, looking from the observer point of view.
Yeah.
However, it's going to be gorgeous.
Yes.
Okay. So you need a whole room for this.
Yeah, I drove it in the car like this down here. Yeah. Anyway, so this is a special project for me because I have, first of all, me and Eva at Eva Swammel, we run a call on this one on Ravelry, which I've been really bad now because I'm in the vacation mood. I have not logged into Ravelry or whatever, but I will do that soon again. So this is the Scout Shawl by Florence Sperling, which is, I think she is a Canadian designer. I might say wrong now. Anyway, the Scout Shawl, and the thing about this is that you knit it back and forth with as most 6 colors at a time. So you have 6 yarn balls. This is how my plate looks. Something like that. And you knit color work on the like the wrong side as well. I have never done that. I have never knitted with 6 colors at the same time. And so it's a process for me. It's a learning curve for me, this one. And I will show it to you. I dyed up some kits for this that I sold in my web shop, and they will be there again in 1 week when my vacation is ready. So, and this is not blocked yet, so it might be a little uneven in the stitches and things like that. But I'm really happy about this. It's a really fun knit. And I learned a lot about this, both patience and the techniques for it.
And it's going to keep on growing, right? This is going to be much bigger than this.
I think I'm halfway now or something like that. And then of course it will block out. It's now kind of long anyway. So I think I'm halfway through. I put in an extra colorway, which was this ice mint color that I have here, just because I thought I would add, I just wanted to add something
So you
extra.
have 7 colors.
Yes, you could say that. Maybe 6, but you use the same. like the same color for the different yarn balls on the sides and things like that. So I'm really happy about it. It's really fun knit, and you can join us whenever. We have a long way to go still, so you don't have to be panicked about getting there very soon or so. Just check in the group if you'd like to see beautiful projects of this, and maybe get inspired to try it yourself. It's really fun.
So, me asking the stupid questions here, but as I said before, it looks more complicated than anything I've ever seen you knit. If I'm now a, you could say, medium skilled knitter, should I be afraid of jumping on a project like this?
No, I don't think so, because you know I'm a lazy knitter. I have never done this before either, and my patience is not that good.
This is true.
But I just decided I will try this. This will be my life work, so to say. I already told the children that they will get this when if I die, they will
inherit
this.
You need to put it in your will.
It's my lifetime project, yes. So no, it's not. There are so many good videos on YouTube to watch, like how you will, for intarsia, how you wrap the yarn, and how you knit, how you purl the stitches with two colors and things like that. So it is, you just have to work, I think you mostly have to work with your patience and having, you know, like this, having all the strands hanging everywhere. If you can be calm about that, not be stressed about that, or just get used to it. It's not that difficult actually. It's really fun, and it's fun watching all the different squares, how they grow. It's like painting an art. It's like painting something, I think, with needles and threads instead.
Would you embark on such a project again? So when you're done with this, do you think that, okay, I'll do this again with another artistic pattern?
Yeah, maybe. Absolutely. It's really fun. It's a long time project, I think. So you just have to have patience. But absolutely, I would consider that. This is way off my regular color scheme for my clothes.
Yeah.
But I think it's fun. It will be like it's like a little candy or something like that. And I think it might work fine with black and...
Yeah, for sure.
So, but I felt I'm really off in my comfortable color choosing, or how you say. But, yeah.
And as a piece of FYI, this call that you referenced is in Swedish, right?
Yes, in Swedish. But if you are an English, if you know English, you can of course join there, because most people know English anyway. And if you have any questions or whatever, or just want to show your project, it's totally fine. We can answer. It's just that many people write their comments in Swedish, but no problem joining in English or so as well.
Everybody's welcome.
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank you. Impressive stuff. My conclusion is that you seem to have a pretty decent mojo going on the knitting side.
Yes, I have. Yeah, absolutely.
You're knitting a lot now.
I'm thinking about this next project now to cast on.
Yeah, and also fun observation. I think all the projects you showed today were different designers.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So a lot of good designers out there.
Absolutely, a lot of good designers. That's why there are so many beautiful designs.
Yeah. So I believe that was all the knitting projects you wanted to show us.
Yes, that was everything I had this time. There will be more next time, hopefully.
Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And probably a couple of new bases as well.
Probably. Even if I haven't started working yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, before we talk a little bit about our summer,
Yeah.
there is another quite impressive, or not impressive, but quite significant thing that has happened in the company.
Yes, there is.
And that's a kind of a rebranding, or at least a rework of the artistic logos.
Yes, it is.
Please tell us.
Yes. So, this happened kind of just in the middle of the vacation. So, even if I have sent out the packages for you, there might be new and old logos on your stuff. It will be a little mixed sometime now, but the fun thing is that it's happened. And the thing is, we have rebranded our logo, our labels, and our thank you cards and everything. Have you seen this?
Yes, I have, and they are wonderful.
Yeah. So this is like a thank you card. It's designed, the back side is like this. I'm really happy about these ones. They are so cute, these little sheeps walking on yarny grass, so to say.
Yeah.
Anyway, the thing is, with our logo, kind of 3 months ago, a white woman approached me and she asked me if we were a black-owned business. And I'm just, no, we are not, because I'm the only one seen in our Instagram account all the time, because it's just me. But then she said, your logo, it could look like a black person or like an afro haircut or something. And I'm just, okay. I had not thought about that. You know, when I started the company like 6-7 years ago, my then 13-year-old daughter drew that to me, and I love that woman. She was so calmful, and in my head she could be like anyone, you know, with the green woolly hair that I thought that I had in my mind. But then when she wrote that to me, I could not let that go. I just, okay, I can see that actually also. And she wrote that to me that, yeah, maybe you should think about that if someone think you're a black-owned business, or if it might be harmful or whatever to someone. So then that started the thing in my head that, okay, since we have talked about rebranding anyway, because I had drawn a bit of that as well on that logo, like the text and things, and we would like a professional to make it sometime. So then I decided that, okay, maybe then it's time now then to make a change with the logo. And we have this really talented designer, Sebi from Panzer und Neumann in Germany. He designed our charity pins that we have for sale in the shop, who are really great. He's a really great designer. So I asked him if he could help me to, you know, get the picture that I had in my hair with the wool in her hair and everything like that, and like everybody should feel welcome with the logo or so. Of course it's a woman, but the woman, you know, it's named after my grandma, so, and she was a woman, so that's a woman. And we know many men knit, of course, as well.
Yes.
So anyway, he came up with this beautiful logo, and this really shows what I saw when I looked at the logo. So this is a woman with all the woolly skeins in all the colorways that I dye. Yeah, and he also made this beautiful label to. Yeah, anyway, I'm so happy about this, and I'm really happy that we decided to change as well, because sometimes you have to make a change. When you do something, for you who follow us here, I think you know, we really try to be inclusive here, and that's what we aim for, and we hope everybody is welcome here. And sometimes when you run a business, you have to be thoughtful, of course, and so, yeah, I thought it was a great thing to do, and you know, since we have tried to be thoughtful and learn a lot about this, it can happen to you as well, that you think you do the best way or so, But that also means you have to be open-minded and listen to other people and think, okay, maybe this is something that I have to work with or rebrand or whatever it can be. So I thought it was hard to let go of my daughter's work, but also felt good because I have learned something. I can be open-minded. I have to listen and do things that is best for everyone.
Yeah.
So that felt really good. So now I'm really happy about this, and I hope you are happy about it as well. Really, really loving the new logo. And we don't want any bad comments about why we have to change or whatever. We are happy about this, and we hope everybody's happy about this, and everybody will like it, whomever you are or whatever.
Yes. It's a beautiful logo.
Yeah.
To just say that, and I think Sebi feels like my friend.
Yeah. And Therese.
And Therese, and we have never met them before in real life, but they have kind of, especially Therese, she's been there in the online space all the time.
Yeah.
And he is a very talented graphical designer. So it was great that he did it. I think especially fun. That he was helping us with this one.
Yeah.
So thank
and
you.
I explained to him, and he kind of catched what I saw in the logo or something, what I wanted it to be, and that was really, really. I'm really happy about that actually. So.
And on the topic of inclusiveness, I think you phrased it very well.
Yeah.
And like you said, we want to be a company for everyone. We want to be open and welcoming, and that means that sometimes we adjust, sometimes we don't adjust. Depends, but the intention is always good.
Yeah.
And I think that, and I said this before, this whole experience of Fru Valborg and the company and everything we've done together has been really wonderful.
Yeah.
It's been some years of meeting a lot of interesting people. And for me, who has never been a part of the knitting community, I have always felt very welcome. And I've learned to know a lot of people and a lot of friends and maybe types of people that I wouldn't naturally meet because we don't share same interests and so on. So I think it's been a wonderful experience, and it continues to be. Just the thing, this pod that we're doing here, and some of the contacts we have with some of you looking at this and writing some stuff to us, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's really nice, and that's what we are working for. That this should be a lovely community for everyone. So, yeah, it feels good to. Sometimes it feels good when you just have to listen and learn something, and maybe see things through other people's eyes or whatever.
Yep.
That's how we evolve, and that's how we get greater people. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think in general, if I look back on the last 10 years, this has been really 10 years of learning a lot of things, not only with Fru Valborg, but kind of the world at large around inclusiveness and diversity and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I work in another company as well, not only Fru Valborg, and it's the same there. The awareness around these things have grown exponentially, I would say, the last years, and that can only be good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, that being said, great logo type.
Yes, thank you. So this is how the new. I have a shop update in a week with Merino Singles, and here are the new yarns. However, as I said, since I am on vacation, there also might be yarn with the old logo still that have not been time to change.
And speaking of vacation, how has it been to have some vacation, first of all?
It has been really, really nice, and I really needed this vacation, I can say that. And I could have had a few weeks more, actually. But it's been really calming. I had a lot of pain in my body before I took the vacation now, and I really needed some rest in my body mostly, maybe in my brain as well, but my body needed some recovery, and that felt really good. So now I have just been knitting. We have been taking some trips here and there, just doing fun stuff, and been together, and just enjoyed not thinking so much about the company. I think it's really hard, you know, just closing. Now I wrote on the web shop that in 2 weeks I'm not sending out any orders or anything, and it's not the same, you know, when I worked as a teacher. You know, you said goodbye, now it's my summer. I didn't think about the work in that way.
No.
Now when it's mostly me, it's a one-man show almost.
One woman show.
One woman show. And it's not that easy to just put it out. You know, I get emails every day, even, of course, even if I'm on vacation. And there are orders coming in, and I have a little hard just ignoring that, just thinking I am on vacation. So I have been answering emails anyway and things like that, but I really try to do just the basic things.
I think it was a very healthy sign, because I of course know that you have had a quite hard time taking vacation and really taking the time to rest and so on. And now you've done it, and I think it was a good sign this morning when I asked you how many orders do we have pending, and you answered, I don't know, because I haven't checked.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
Yes, I actually haven't checked, because then it would just make me more stressful if I checked them, and I would then, oh, how much time would that take? How many days would I need after the vacation to pack them up? Blah 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 blah. So I have not checked actually. I just know there are orders because of course I see them on my email. But
Yeah.
yes, so it has been it is really nice. I was a little stressed before when we were recording, because even though this is so much fun, it is work. It actually is work.
Yeah.
So, but now it feels good. It's always fun when we just got here and we sit here and we start to record. Then it's really fun. But before it's like work, and before I took these 2 weeks, I actually felt a little sick when I went down here. I felt sick. I got pain in my shoulders, and it felt a little stressful just locking up the door and went in here, which felt it didn't feel good actually. But now I just started again. I sat the other night doing some mood boards for color works for colors for the autumn and things. So I think I'm getting in a little. So I have not let the work go.
No, but it's
yeah.
it's not like it. I don't think this is black and white. I don't
No.
think it's like either you work or you don't work at all.
No.
But I think it's important to significantly step down once in a while.
Yeah.
If you want to be, if you want to stay good, actually. Because if you worked here 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, you would probably make a lot of money for 2 years, and then you would go down in flames.
Yes.
So it is important, and this is not only in your line of work, it's the same in my line of work, and I tell this to my employees often actually, that the best value, one of the best things you can do is to not work, because when you don't work, that's when you come up with ideas, that's when you get creative and inspired, and then when you come back to work, you do things smart and not only hard.
Yeah.
So that being said, you've explained that you have some vacation, and we done a little bit of this, a little bit of that. What did we actually do?
We took a trip to Liseberg, which is Sweden's biggest
Amusement park.
yes.
Tivoli.
Yeah, and that was so much fun.
Yep.
We went with all our children, of course, and a friend joined along of them, and not our oldest daughter, but otherwise, and we bought this so you could go just how much you want all day long. And we love to ride the roller coasters and things, and the children just, we run to a new thing and then we run to the next thing, and I think we did that for 10 hours maybe. Me and Robert, actually, we felt like we had drinking like 7 beers because I was so dizzy.
Yeah, me too. It felt like I was on a boat.
Yes.
The ground was going like this.
You like walk on, like trampa luft, you say in Swedish. How can you say, like it's air under your feet, you like when you miss the last step of the
staircase.
Of the steps. Anyway, we felt really dizzy, but it was really, really fun.
Mm.
So that was a lovely day because, of course, we haven't been there for a long time now.
Yeah.
So the children had really longing for this tour, I think.
Mm. Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah. What did we do more?
We also, 2 days ago, we came home from, we rented a little cottage from Monday to Saturday outside Gothenburg on a small island called Flaten, which is just beside Orust, with a little larger island in Sweden, on the west coast of Sweden. Mm. And that was a really, really, just a cozy little house, and we had kind of bad weather, but we took our van or car, minibus, driving around, watching these sea villages, which is kind of stunning. Mm-hmm. And we ate good food, we went to a restaurant, we found some nice places to, take a coffee, and we found a beautiful little flower garden. Mm-hmm. I bought some pelargoner. And we played a lot of games in the evenings and things like that.
And you learned to play a new game.
Yeah, I did.
What game was that?
Should we talk about that game, you think?
You can mention it.
Okay, I played Call of Duty, which is Robert's favorite game. Yeah.
You got quite good at it.
No, I did not get quite good at it.
You got a lot better, at least.
I wasn't good at it. Anyway, I learned to look straight forward. I'm not, these computer games or like PlayStation things, I played them when I was like 15 years old, and it was another kind of game then. You just run to the right all the time, jumping, and very not difficult. Very different. Mm. The things you use now when you're playing PlayStation, you have to, it's like you're in a room, you have to watch and shoot and everything, and I have full time just, where am I? It's like space everywhere.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really hard.
It was fun though.
It was fun.
That you took the challenge.
Yeah, and they also had this really big skåp.
Yeah, a cupboard.
Yeah, with a lot of games, like
board games.
Board games. So we played a lot of board games in the evenings and ate a lot of crisps.
Yeah.
Which was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a very good week.
Yeah.
And we saw a tornado.
Yeah, it was a lot of tornadoes just where we were. Not on our house, but there has been a lot of water sinking the camping places down. And that was, we saw it, but our house was of course fine, but a lot of other places it turned out there was a lot of rain and thunder and things. So
true.
Yeah.
I would also like to highlight one more day of our vacation that was particularly nice. Do you know which day that was? No. Maybe it didn't make an impression on you, but it did on me. So I can tell you.
Okay.
It was another day of our
Yeah.
vacation, and all our kids were out of the house.
Yeah.
And I said, Petra, do you want to have a picnic?
Yes.
And you were like,
No.
picnic? No.
Without children.
Well. And then finally you said, okay, maybe, yeah, okay, let's have a picnic.
Okay.
So we got some good food stuff together. We took our dog and we were going to a place where we've been many times before for a picnic, nice place. But our dog is not very nice to have along if there are people he doesn't know or not the family, because he gets so excited and we can't let him run around because of course not all people appreciate this.
Dog. Wow.
He's very nice, but he's too much,
Yeah,
right? So we came to this place and there were people there were kids there, and we were like, maybe we should just turn around and find another place. So we did, and while we were walking down towards the car, we saw like this small little, not an island, but like a place by the water, and we said maybe we could go down there. And we went down there, and it was so nice. It was like this little private place, and we could have a picnic there, and Loki could run around freely because he didn't disturb anyone, and we could read some books and take a bath, and it was brilliant.
Yeah, it was a really nice day.
It was, at least for me.
Yeah.
So that was also, I think, a highlight of the vacation so far. And finally, we have now managed to get a fence in our garden, which was also good.
Yeah.
So that's been something we've been working on for a while, and now it's done. So, that being said, vacation is still ongoing. I have 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
You have 1 week. Let's see what those weeks brings. Today we will pick some blueberries. Today.
Yeah, today.
Yeah.
And we will eat some
Crayfish.
that's the name. Crabfish?
Crayfish.
Crayfish.
On Thursday.
Crayfish, yeah.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
Local crayfish.
Yeah.
So even better.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
No.
No. Nothing
I
else?
don't think so.
Then
Well,
there is one more thing.
there's one more thing, and that's the main thing.
Yep.
Yeah, we can talk about why we have it.
Why we have what?
This one.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course we will. But first we have to kind of open the door to the beer pod. We can't just go to the beer pod.
No. Welcome to the beer episode of this episode.
Yeah. So the real reason why you are watching this is now coming. Today we have a special story for you. And Petra, why don't you tell us how this beer came to our hands?
Yeah, but I got a mail from a man asking if he could take his wife to a little secret visit here in the studio, and I said, well, of course you can do that. That would be really nice. So he came here with his wife. It was their wedding, like anniversary. Do you say that?
Yes,
like
you
that?
say that.
Yeah. So when they parked outside here, she didn't know where she actually were. So it was really, really nice. It was a really nice couple, and they came in here and we talked a lot, and watching in the shop studio and things like that. So yeah, they were really sweet, and they were going to some other places as well. But I know that you watch this, Birgitta. At least you have been. So, and of course then you know that we try some beer. So a couple of days after they got home from their travel, it came a package in our mailbox, and it was 3 different beers from local breweries around Stockholm where they live. And it's so they were from Birgitta and Niklas is the name of them. So thank you so much. And this is one of them. One of them we actually have tried, because we have one of them on our
Pub.
on our pub here in Eksjö. This one we have never seen, and we have not tried it. So Well, I give it to you, actually. You're the professional here.
Yeah, so this beer is Swedish, like you said. It's from Stockholm. It's from a brewery called Roslags Näsby Brewery, and that's why it says RNB on this label. This brewery is very small. It's two men, Stefan and Håkan, who run this brewery, and they, according to their webpage, they just do it because they think it's very fun. But it's grown a little bit. So in the beginning it was kind of a hobby thing, and now I think it's more of a real thing, and they sell in several shops and so on. But they are very local, and the name of this beer is, if you can see it here, let's see, it's called Kråkudden, and Kråkudden means like the crow, the little place where the crow is sitting, the bird, the crow. So it's like a little island almost with the crow on. And Kråkudden is a place close to them where you can go swimming. So it's like a swimming place. And they are based in Stockholm, as you said, in Täby. So their beer has a lot of local connections in the naming, and this is of course one of them. This is not an IPA, this is a lager, but it's supposed to be a lager with a little more character and taste, so let's see. And it's perfect for a warm summer day. It's quite a little darker than some lagers.
It looks good.
Yeah, it looks really good, actually. And it's, yeah, it smells a little more than a typical lager as well. So hopefully this is really good, and I think it's so fun when I get like this. You get kind of a beer and you have never heard of it. I've never heard of this before.
No.
And to me that's half the thing. It's not just trying the beers, it's like exploring and reading about it and finding out some things you didn't know. That's half of the pleasure. So before you taste it, Petra, I would like that you you exhale like this.
Okay.
And then you lift up the beer and then you do like that. And now you tell me.
Shall I drink?
No, you should tell me what it smells like.
Oh, okay.
You said last time you would rehearse a lot of beer words.
Oh my
so
God.
I'm just going to lean back now and hear all the nice beer words that you have rehearsed.
It smells honey.
Yeah, at least not pineapple.
That's the other second.
Honey and pineapple.
No, I wouldn't say that. I'm just joking. It smells like wheat.
Okay.
Some. Yeah.
Okay. It sounds like you rehearsed quite significantly then.
Yes, absolutely.
Have a little taste then.
Okay.
Don't say anything. Let it savor in the mouth and the body. And now you can take one more. No burping.
Okay, sorry.
Swallow it down.
Okay.
And now, while I'm indulging, you can start to talk about how this tastes. Thank you.
It's a really smooth beer, I think. Smooth and soft beer, and like a good taste that disappears really fast.
Yeah, where did it go?
Drink it. Yes, and it's really easy to drink, and yeah.
If this beer was an animal, which animal would it be?
An elephant?
Okay, why?
I don't want to say that.
Okay.
I don't know.
No?
I just big taste and easy and a nice animal.
All right. So is it time to grade it then? So, Petra,
Yeah.
how would you grade the beer Kråkudden from Roslags Näsby Brewery in Täby, Stockholm? Stefan and Håkon.
Okay.
And we start with the plies. How many plies?
I give it 2 plies.
Boom, bada, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
You don't need any food for this.
You don't need any food. You can just have the beer and a knitting project, and maybe a good pod to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how many skeins would you give this baby?
I will give it 4 skeins.
Doo-doo! 4 skeins.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Would you ever have this one again?
Yes, please.
In your private life?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Excellent. So thank you. What was the names?
Birgitta and Niklas.
Birgitta and Niklas. Thank you so much for this. It was a very nice surprise. And thank you for visiting us in the studio as well.
Yeah.
It's also nice. I wasn't there, but I was there in spirit and in mind. And I heard a lot of good things from my dear wife Petra.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you for
Thank you.
participating in the beer pod today.
Yeah.
Nice. And I see that you are evolving your language around beer, which is also good. So you went from only
I wouldn't do it
pineapple-
good in Swedish, which is even worse.
Sorry?
I wouldn't do it good in Swedish.
You wouldn't?
No.
No? So
I
that's
don't
why
have
we
any
have
good
it.
Swedish words for beer.
That's why we have it in English.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's one more thing. Now, first of all, we close the beer pod.
Yeah.
It's closed. Lid on.
Yeah.
Like that.
Cheers.
Before we close the show, there's one more thing that I want you to say a couple of words about.
Okay, I'm
And
ready.
that is retail.
Okay. No, yes, I can say something about retail. And it has a little more about next year's...
Yeah, the plans.
The plans
What's
for next year.
going to happen?
Yeah. So, for the business this year, I have decided I will not do any wholesale orders more, which feels for me really, 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 really good. I have been, of course, the main retailer I had for now like 5 or 6 years is Stephen and Penelope, which is the best yarn shop ever. And I have regularly sent yarn to them for all these years, and I have loved that, and I love their shop and also the people there, I think, mostly.
Mostly.
No, most.
Most of
You know,
all.
I love the
Okay.
shop, but most of all, also the people.
Mostly means like...
Okay, oh yeah.
most of all, the people.
Yeah. But anyway, I said it before. I have been a little stressed when I come to work. I'm getting old, you know. I'm 45 now, and my body, I have been dying hard for
Die hard. Yeah, no pun intended.
for a lot of
Yippee-ki-yay.
years now, and I don't know. I have to make some changes to keep it up and keep the spirit up and keep mostly the body up, because I don't know. I need to take care of my body. I think it's really. I know it's maybe hard to understand if you don't do it all day, but it's a lot of 100 of kilos every day that you lift, and it takes a really. It's not good for the body. So I have decided to stop retailing this year. Maybe forever, I don't know, but this year no retailing at all, which will make me focus. Maybe I can take in these, you know, special small batches of other yarns, and also open up the studio. So after when I start to use my brain again and decide what dates I will actually have an open studio, this will be a regular thing here. And I can focus a little more on, like, you know, the advent calendar coming up, which will come up here as well very soon. And I think more about the small things around this studio and what to do here. And that feels actually really good, because I can focus on open hours here and the small yarn batches that I like to take in, because I know I move fast. And I want to be able to move fast, I think, just because to keep the creativity and everything up for the company. So I'm happy with that actually now. I will try to focus a little more on the creativity and the happiness and the colorways that I feel for, and the yarns I want to knit, and maybe inspire you hopefully with that, and of course that needs you to be feeling great and inspired. You can't inspire other people if you don't feel great yourself.
No.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to this actually for the new beginning in the autumn.
Yeah, and as a recap, I think we have, so you know this if you followed us, we have a quite big place here now that we as our studio, so it's twice the size that it used to be, and the whole purpose of that from the very beginning was to have more open hours, more occasions where people can come here, buy yarn, or maybe learn something or interact in different ways. That was the whole purpose. So I think that just kind of follows along the plan, and then the step that you're taking now is really a natural consequence of that, I would say.
When you always work, and never have time to go inside what you actually want to do with your company, anything never happens.
No.
Because I know I'm really like that. I just work, you die. But I had a dream when we took the other. I had a dream like 25 years or so when I lived in Stockholm, and one of my dreams was to interact with this what's integration. I would love to have women here integrated that comes to Sweden. Because there was a really nice company that worked with this in Stockholm when I lived there a long time ago. And when I opened here, that was one of my dreams, to actually be able to, work with our commune, like the
municipality,
like the city, to meet people with their women. In my choice, with their handicraft, they can be from different cultures and techniques and things that you can work with here together. That was maybe a very strange explanation in English, but I had some dreams that I would like to do, but I always just do the same, and that makes you have to take away some things maybe to open up for something new. So I hope you are interested in coming here to our open studios, and we have a big space. You can sit and knit and drink coffee and buy yarn or not buy yarn. I don't want you to feel like you come here and you have to buy yarn. You can come here and it's like a little nice community and things. So
and more to come on that. We don't have any details on when and how and so on, but it will happen. And you taking the step away from retail, I think, is a good base for building from.
Yeah.
So I think it's positive too. And I'm sitting on the side here, trying to support you in any way I can, and also sometimes trying to advise you and so on. So I can only support this. I think this is a very good step for you.
Yeah, so you advise me, and then I say no, and then I have to think about it 3 months, and then it was a good advice.
Yeah, many times it is like that. It's a 3-month marinating time. So sometimes it can be a little bit frustrating for me, but it doesn't really matter if you come to your conclusion at the end of it. So that's good. Okay, so that was the last content piece I wanted to squeeze in there. I have no more content. It's still summer. It's raining outside, but it's sunny here.
Yeah.
Petra, can you please wrap this up? Include the encouragement to subscribe and interact and say something nice.
Oh, okay. Anyway, we are so happy you are here, and we would love if you like this channel, please subscribe and hit the thumbs up. And if you have anything to share with us, if you something you'd like us to talk about or anything, please write something below. And yeah, we are happy that you give us some of your time, and we hope you're doing really, really good and having a nice holiday for you who are in the holiday season. Otherwise,
keep on working.
keep working. Anyway, thank you so much for everything, and we wish you a lovely day. Goodbye. See you soon.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here